Good evening all, hope everybody is well. I've just received the latest dev version of the A320 mod. Now they've not told me, bless them, what features have been added, so I've got to try and find out for myself. Microsoft Flight Simulator might just take a little bit of time to load as the new mod is pushed through, but in the meantime, don't know if you guys all use Sim Toolkit Pro, but we're going to do a quick flight from Edinburgh to Bristol tonight, and we're going to use Sim Toolkit Pro. Just in case no one's ever used it, I'll just jump through exactly what it is I tend to do on here. I go to flight planning, search for a route by airline. This will be EasyJet typically from here, but my departure airport will be EGPH. Tonight we're going to go to Bristol. Bristol will be EGGD. Dispatch one of the flights. Now I've already created my aircraft. I've not put it as a Neo because SimBrief doesn't have a Neo. And we will be easy 500 on VATSIM. We'll click generate plan, and hopefully, yep, that will nicely generate. Hello, Mr. Zambo. Hope you're well. That's going to generate a plan for me, and I'm going to click fly now and move it off the screen. Next job is the SimBrief downloader. I'm just going to export the files, close. We're going to jump into the map. We're going to load our flight. I'm going to go from stand. I can't wait till I get some proper scenery so the gates all match, but gate 69 is actually gate 6 at Edinburgh. Okay, and we'll go live weather. We'll go dark as well, I think. And we'll fly. Okay, so while that's loading, we just need to wait for this to zoom through. We'll get onto VATSIM. I'm quite excited to see what new features I've got to test out on the Neo. Because as I say, I've not been told what the features are. Are you feeling better? I'm glad to hear that. I am glad to hear that, my friend. Right. I'm going to go for VATSIM. Let's see if it'll let me log in yet. Yep, it will. Flight plan, we're going to load a flight to Bristol. And we're going to go 33,000 feet. We'll file the flight plan on VATSIM. I don't think there's anybody online at this part of the world. Right, okay. Got London North and London Centre online. And London Midlands. So we're going to go battery 1 on, battery 2 on, external power on. We're just going to turn up the panel lights here. Ideas 1, 2, 3, so there's nothing changed so far. We're going to jump into our fuel pumps. We do know that our engine fail has been fixed, so our engine shouldn't cut out now. Well done to the developers for fixing that, long before Asobo got around to dealing with it. Any more white lights? We've got emergency lights are off, we've got our seat belts and those smoking lights on, our nav lights on. I'm gonna, I didn't want to do that, apologies. I want to put my anti-ice on because this thing has a habit of freezing up. Stick the APU on as well. So, top panel I'm happy with for now. Coming down here, we'll have to wait about 7 to 10 minutes for the connection to for him to connect to here. So, top panel. First things first. Let's get some lighting sorted. There's one light switch. Where's the other one? That's good. Okay, and then there's the other one. So we want to get hectopascals there and then reset to 1007. We're going to climb out our speed 3185 on a manual managed speed. We will follow the flight plan, and we're going to climb to 33,000 because there's no ATC online. We're just going to get up there, but we are going to climb on a manual open climb until we get to 10,000 feet, and we will climb at 1800 feet per minute. Flight director's on, constraints button is on, and I'm happy with the top panel. Okay, MCP, let's have a look. I found nothing new yet. I've been asked to test stuff, but I found nothing new. Oh, what's this? Takeoff page. Oh, that's normal. But our trans is 6,000, not 10. And our flaps will be 2. And our thrust altitude is actually going to be 1,000. That's brilliant. Into a cost index, we'll put 51 because that's what's on the plan, and we've got 33,000 feet. Our centre of gravity and our block fuel, zero fuel weight is already calculated. I don't actually still think that's doing anything. We're leaving runway 24 on a Go Sun 1 Charlie departure and going to Bristol. Just need to look at the flight plan. Bristol should be a 27 on a Bristol 1 Alpha arrival. ILS 27, so it's button 1, 2, 3. Bristol 1 Alpha. We don't have a via point, so we'll take that out. Insert that. Next job while we wait, we'll turn up these screens. We now need to turn up the flood lighting and the main panel lighting. Put the weather radar on and wind shear. Air traffic control, we need to go onto TA. Well, we shouldn't go TAR8 till we're ready to take off, but I don't think it actually does anything, so we'll do it now. VATSIM, we are going to go .com1 122.8 for Unicom, and we're going to go .sq for 2200 on our squawk code. So that's now set, and you'll see that carries that across nicely there, but it doesn't carry it across here, which is fine. What else do I want to do? Can't think of. Surely that's not just 1 minute that's gone by. Time is really standing still tonight. Okay, so before we do any more, let's just look at our official checklists. So, before start checklist to the line, cockpit preparation should be completed. The gears and pins have been removed. The signs are on. The ADIR should be on nav. Fuel. We haven't loaded fuel. Good job we do a checklist. And our fuel today is £13,500. That's going to be about 33% if I guess. That's a bit much. 30%. 29, 13, there we go, that'll do 29%. Right, we have loaded our fuel. Takeoff data set. Check, we've done that, and our barrel reference has been set. Can check that as well. So our before start checklist to the line is complete. And then our before start checklist below the line. Windows and doors are closed. Beacon needs to be on, which it is. Thrust levers need to be idle, which they are. Check. Parking brake needs to be set, which it is. Cool. So our before start checklist below. The line is complete. So it's just a matter now of waiting for the navs to align. Now, I can't see any new features here so far, so unless when I take off we're going to feel something different, I don't know what they've done. But the update was received 29 minutes ago now, so they've definitely done something. And while we're waiting, I'm just going to have a quick look. They've updated. See if I can read the notes. Brake temperature improvements. Oh, is that it? I think that's all they've done. Okay. But I still have to test it, so we will test it. That's not a problem. Apart from that, we'll just sit back and wait for the ideas. Still no ATC online. Why have we got no map showing up on here? Let's just go through here. Streaming and overlay. That should all be working. I can see that's working. Where's our map? Aha, I've got that working. So hopefully that should all be pulling through onto the YouTube screen now. Mr. Zambo, just for you, I'm going to do an animation on the screen. I'm just testing it, so I thought I'd use you to make sure that's working. That's so cool. Right, we have 3 minutes left to alignment. Don't think there's anybody else around, but let's just go outside. Aha, there is. Well, actually, there's a fair few. There's nobody on final. Oh, look at that view.
Edinburgh traffic, Jersey 455 is on the downwind leg for the ILS at runway 24.
Well, we might, as we're waiting for our ILS, we might just be able to wait and watch him land. He's on the downward leg, so he's going to be over here somewhere. Can't see him. Okay, we'll come back. I'll have a look at the VATSIM map and see if we can find him. This is the thing about this Sim Toolkit Pro. You can click on Live Map now, and not only will it load your live plan, you can see that your man there, who's on his final, is coming in from Jersey. He's flown from Jersey, and he's at 4,000 feet. So we probably should be able to see him by now. Let's go back out and have a look. And IRS has just come online as well. He is over there somewhere. Just looking for a little bit of a flicky red light to see if we can see him. Okay, not to worry. Somebody there taxiing, ready to take off. We'll go and join him as well. Okay, so stripes to auto. Did that even move the switch? Stripes to auto. Okay, let's push back. And then we go for an engine start as well. Edinburgh traffic, EC5 push and start at stand number 6. We don't need to be flashing our strobes yet. We're not ready for takeoff. I don't understand why we're flashing strobes. That's a bug. We'll make a note of that. We only need to flash when we're at the runway. I actually find that floodlighting too bright for night time. Let's just bring it back a bit. Flaps to 2. Taxi light should be on. Okay. So after start checklist, engine switch should be normal. Cool, anti-ice on. Ecam status checked. Pitch trim set and rudder trim is 0. Okay, after start checklist complete. Edinburgh traffic, EC5 is taxi into runway 24. So far I can't see what new features the developers have added to the mod for me to test tonight. So say they've not told me about anything, and I've just tried to sneakily look at the release notes and I can't see anything other than brake temperatures would need checking. But we will have a look. Oh, thanks for announcing. Guys at Edinburgh, it'd be really helpful if you announce when you're pushing and starting, because people are just pushing back. Okay, so the only thing with this Edinburgh scenery is, I know it's default, there's no green lights. I find that really obscure. There's a forklift truck in the way.
Edinburgh traffic, Jersey 455 is on the ILS runway 24, 11 miles.
Cool, right, so brake RTO, speed brakes are ready. We're about to go on the grass. Oh, fire engine's out. Okay. Oops. Cabin crew informed. We lost the cabin crew voice. Right, he's 11 miles. Edinburgh traffic, EC5 is lining up runway 24 for immediate departure. Right, where is my mode Charlie? Mode Charlie is on.
Edinburgh traffic, Jersey 455, fully established ILS, 8 miles.
go and catch that geezer up in front. Okay, Toga. Can't see my speed with this angle. Rudder, 80 knots, 100 knots, 120 knots, rotate. Positive climb, gear up. Flaps 1. Climb thrust. I've just got to watch the speed doesn't drop out. Flap 0. We now need to go to vertical speed. Otherwise, it's just going to overspeed. You'll hear the engines cut down now. That's not a bug on this mod. That is a bug in a Sobo. So if you leave it on managed climb out, your speed will just keep going and going and going and going. And in a minute, you'll see. You'll notice on here. In a minute, the vertical speed will probably disappear again. In which case you just got to watch out for that, because the minute that
Edinburgh traffic, Jersey 455 is 5 mile final, runway 24.
that guy's
Roger, thanks.
That guy's desperate. Okay, so let's after takeoff checklist. So our flaps are up. We can take our speed brakes back down. We'll increase our speed to 200 knots. It's the only way to tame this aircraft, I'm afraid. It's you can't run it all in managed mode, it will just go nuts if you do. Once you get to 10,000 feet, you can switch it all over to managed mode and you'll be fine. What we're going to do is we're going to go direct to Dean's Cross because there's no one online. So direct to DCS.
Traffic shot Edinburgh Airborne 24.
I've just cut out a fair bit of the journey. Okay, so we're at 5,000 feet. We'll increase the speed now to 220.
Edinburgh traffic, Jersey 455 is 1.5 mile final, runway 24, landing runway 24.
Right, we're coming up on 6,000 feet. Standard set. Just have a look on that aircraft in front to see where it's going. Weirdly, is that even? It's definitely an aircraft. And oh yeah, there it is. Right, he is going to Birmingham. He's on the same departure as me, but I think because we've just made a direct to Dean's Cross, we'll cut him out a bit now. Okay. His current speed is 243 knots. It was going for, and he's at 7,000 feet. Okay, cool. So this is another example of where this app, SimTalkie Pro, comes in handy. He's also decided to go direct to Dean's Cross. He's on exactly the same flight plan as me, other than he's going to Birmingham. But you can can tell he's taken an early cut as well. But we're way ahead now, which is cool. Have a look outside. Where's he? Remember, VATSIM's about 30 seconds behind. So it shows him on my map behind me, but I think he's actually in front of me. Right, so coming up on 10,000 feet. We now hit 10,000 feet. We now go to managed speed. We now go to managed climb.
Edinburgh traffic, Jersey 455 is vacated runway 24, taxiing to stand 15 via Alpha and Lima.
So our speed will now increase to 320 knots, and then we'll start to climb.
Edinburgh traffic, FedEx 442 heavy, turning finals runway 24.
The other thing I quite like to use, I'm sure most people do, is Navigraph subscription. So we'll just load up our current flight. Helps me plan top of descent as well. New flight from Edinburugh. And we'll then find EGPH. And our arrival today on the star is Bristol 1 Alpha, which is there. We can see our plan, and we now know that by Amaral we need to be at 16,000 feet. So I'll build that into our planning. Geese does look pretty near. We're just about to overtake him. That's quite cool. So there's no, though you've got TARA on here, look. It's not on here, so it's not working. Not yet. I don't think I've turned my landing lights off yet. Nope, naughty boy. I will let the cabin people move around a fair bit. Where's he gone? Is he behind that post? What we can actually also do, if I can get it to work, is camera showcase free camera. Right, this we run the risk of crashing the airplane sometimes with this. Right, we're going to find him. That's not him. That's not him. If I hit number 5, that should pull me back to my aircraft. Right. So we know he's over here somewhere. Is that him? Can't be. Can't have left him that far behind. I think it is. Okay. Right, into camera, and we'll go our drone speed 100%. Go and find him. There's my aeroplane. Is that him there? Go, we can fly over and find him. On the drone camera. Something to do while we're in flight. If only he knew we were stalking him. A bit windy up here. And to do this, I'm just using an Xbox controller. Literally just using the joysticks. It's quite cool, really. I've got no idea what's going on in my airplane right now. We're going as fast as we can as well, I think. Let's have a look. Drone speed. Yeah. Let's have a quick check back on my cockpit. Yeah, we're okay. We've not crashed. You have to excuse me, guys, I get bored on flights. I like doing shit like this. Can't really see too much, can you? Ah, never mind. Right, we'll go back to mine. Right. We're still climbing. We're still alive. Did I put my strobes on? They weren't on auto. There they are. So we're just over the Lake District now. Well, actually, I can turn my APU off, can't I, as well? Because we hopefully haven't got that engine shutdown problem now. We shall soon find out. Now we've got cruise on here. Keeping my eye on the map. Just about to enter a VATSIM area as well. And again, another good thing about Sim Toolkit Pro is you'll see on here the colouring. If I zoom out, you can see where we've got VATSIM coverage and where we haven't. So by the look of this, we have coverage from Lancashire all the way to land. Right, let's have a quick look. don't think that's quite true. I think they've gone offline because when I'm looking at here, centre seems to have gone offline. So whether that hasn't updated yet, interesting. Anyway, dot meta EGGD. So we'll do our approach. So wind is at 270 at 6 knots. It's 15 degrees and it's 1016. Okay, and our wind was 270 at 6 knots. That's really important you input that information, because if the wind is in a certain direction, I've just done the wrong thing, it will crab the aircraft into land, and temperature is 15 degrees in Bristol. Trans is 6,000, I think. I'll double check the charts. And MDA. One's hoping we've just got to cruise and the engine hasn't shut down. No, we're good. Okay. So charts wise, approaching to 27 is let's have a look. Transition is 6,000 and the MDA cap 3 is free. We are 200 feet. Okay. Got cap 3, 50. Okay, 50 feet. Decision height is 50 feet. We will do cap 3. And our alt is 6,000. Scares me now when I hear that engine start to wind down. Start to think that the engine's about to cut out again. Excuse me. So where's everybody from? The guys that are watching, where are you from? From Sweden. Okay, fair enough. Fair play. Never been to Sweden. Where we are on the map, we're not too far out from top of climate, top of descent actually. We're let's have a look at the waypoint. We'll be Nen Nevo, Nenevo is our top descent. So what I'll do is if I just pop that as a direct waypoint on here, we know how long we've got to go until we descend. $81 miles. Just a little thing I like to do. It won't take us too far off the track. Chat's just suddenly caught up, Mr. Zembo. All the chats suddenly start appearing on the screen. Tired? I believe that ATC's gone offline. Yeah, there was a bit of a delay. I think it's caught up now though. Hi Harry, hope you're well. Why that hasn't worked. There's been some new subscribers and they haven't shown up. It's weird. Oh dear. Well, how long we got to go? 48 miles. 39 miles left till we descend. That's not too bad. Well, I just need to check as well that the ILS frequency has been loaded. Yes, it has. That's been fixed as well. Navigraph have done a good job of fixing all these. Nice crystal clear night. Checking out that map. We're just over Liverpool right now. Literally over the top of Liverpool. Can't start yawning tonight. I'm tired. So if we don't ruin this landing and do a heavy, crappy landing tonight, it needs to be soft. According to this, we've got some traffic right next to us. Oh, it's on the ground at Liverpool. See if we can see it. Can't see if there's a gate or not. I can see the airport. According to this, our estimated time of arrival is 12 minutes. I don't quite get that. We're nowhere near Bristol. We're just about at the top of our descent, about 10 miles. Again, no, there is no VNAV built into this yet. So if you just hit descend for a managed descent, it will just drop out of the sky. You need to do it with a vertical speed. Doing an open descent is like a flight level climb on the GA, so it will manage the descent around the speed. I tend to just use, in fact we'll start descending now, down to 16,000. I start the descent there and then I just drop the vertical speed. We'll drop at 18,000 feet per minute. We'll just manage. Keep our eye on that to see how we're doing along the journey. So, landing system needs to go on. Parking brakes medium. Speed brakes set. Just to bring the map on here so you can see, we need to be at 16,000 feet by Admiral. So we'll manage this now and monitor this to see how we get on. We're runway 27, so what I will do tonight is when we get to Dover, I think, or Inga, I'll just set a course to intercept the ILS and we'll change over to the approach chart then. But for now, we're on our start. I'll just check VATSIM again to see if we've got anybody online. Tower, we've got Manchester only, and then we've got Gatwick as well. Okay. Well, and we've got East Midlands ground up, but not Bristol. We can now see that we're 21 miles out of Admiral, so we're going to descend in open descent now, let the aircraft manage the descent, otherwise we're really going to be above where we need to be. So we're going to descend down at flight level control. Descending for 3,800 feet per minute. That will start to level back. So we're 12 miles out of Admiral. We need to be at 16,000 by Admiral, so we're on profile. We're doing okay. So what I've just done is switch charts, and when we get to this waypoint here, we're just going to set a course to intercept the ILS on here into runway 27. So we're going to self-vector ourselves, seeing as VATSIM are offline in this area, which is a shame. I've done this route enough times with VATSIM to know the exact route they vector the real-world aircraft. In fact, I drove back up on the motorway on the M5 yesterday and went past Bristol and could see all of the aircraft on the stars coming into land at runway 9. It's amazing how realistic this scenery is actually. Okay, 20,000 feet. 4 to go, and we've got so we're heading for rolls in that's too small. 11, that's fine because that was a 16,000 as well. And then our next altitude set will be 7,000. Now, if anybody flies with a virtual airline, you need to be very careful because this aircraft will not decelerate until it's gone past 10,000 feet. The problem with that is you'll get fined by your virtual airline for speeding. So, though I'm not on a virtual airline flight tonight, I'll show you what we do when we get close to 10,000 feet. Okay, so we're just coming in now over Wales. We're just currently over the top of, where are we? Hereford, actually, not Wales. It's on the border. Land of the SAS, Hereford. Slow the rate of descent down slightly now. Okay, so we've just got to that waypoint, so we're going to set I'll say 140. From memory, 145. We'll take that, but we'll see how we're getting on. So if you're flying with a virtual airline, like I mentioned previously, Asobo's code, they've written the aircraft to decelerate when it passes 10,000, so you would pick up a fine. So what I recommend you do is as you get to where you are now, drop the speed down. You'll see there's a bug on here as well, which is a pain in the arse. Put manual speed on and drop the speed down. Now you can see the speed to 245. And we'll just slow the aircraft down. I've taken my time actually. I'm already going to pass 10,000. There's a bug there. Oh, it's back. Okay. That wouldn't switch back before the bug, so it looks like they fixed that, which is good. Okay, we'll go back into manage speed now. We've gone past 9,500. That should hold at 250. Lights on again. Going to get slap wrist. just so you see what we're doing, we're just going to straighten up to 180 once we get to around here, which is around the Swindon area, and we're just going to come and we'll do a 180, and then we'll do a 30-degree ILS intercept and go and land. If anybody uses Navigraph or doesn't use it but has Microsoft Flight Simulator, it's a godsend. It's updated all of the air racket data as well, so all of the stars and SIDs up to date and all of the ILS frequencies and things. So that is good. Let's get that off the screen. We're actually picking up the ILS already for runway 27, which is quite a way out actually. It's quite surprising. It's a good range on that. Okay, we're going to descend down to 4,000 feet. We'll use open climbers again. Open descending. You can tell I'm getting tired. I've been at work all day. Okay, so we'll turn to a head of 180. We'll drop down to 3,000. And again, just so you can see again what we're doing. We're just going to change to 298. The reason why we go 298 is we always intercept the ILS at 30 degrees. So if the heading for the ILS is 268, you would intercept it at a fairly degree. I think my brain's working enough anyway to get that right tonight. No, it's forgot. It really isn't working, is it? 238 is what we'll intercept it as. I need sleep. Right, so that's good. We are. Okay, so we're off the beaten track, so we'll initialise our own approach mode, because the decel mode won't work because we're not following the FMC here. Okay, into a head of 240. We're going to go flaps 1. Sharp. So with the A320 on a Sobo, if you now hit approach mode too early, it will draw its own 30-degree line, and that's why you'll find if you've got this aircraft, it does weird and wonderful things. So fly into the ILS like I'm just about to. Make sure you're not too high, which I'm not, and then just as you're approaching, initiate your approach, and instead of it turning left, right and everywhere, you'll notice it's got lock and glide scope now in blue, and we should hopefully in the next few seconds flaps 2 as we're on base. Live's alive, gear down, flaps 3.
Cabin crew seats for landing, please. $2,500.
And for best performance, go flaps full at 4 miles. Part of the development team at Fly-by-Wire are Airbus pilots, so we get the benefit of people advising us. Okay, so we're currently 5.1 mile. Bristol traffic, easy 500 is on 5 mile final for runway 27. Okay, flaps full. Now the go around altitude for Bristol is 3,000 and that's already set. Looks like a pretty property, whatever that is. Posh. Okay, so we're at Cat 3. The minimums for Cat 3 is 50 feet. Flying over the A38. Anybody knows the area in Bristol? This is the UK 2000 scenery as well. I don't think I've seen this at night yet, so I'm quite interested to see what this looks like. Bristol.
400. 300. 200. 100.
Minimums.
60. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 5.
Yes. Just like butter. Now, everybody on Facebook saying this plane, this A320, is erratic. You can't land it. That was minus 68 in terms of the landing rate. So I won't have it. I'll defend this plane till the end. There was nothing wrong with it whatsoever. It's user error. It is not anything to do with the Asobo A320. You've just seen with your own eyes, we've touched down beautifully. But people, you know, bad workmen always blame their tools. I've had some pretty shitty landings in this, I'm not going to lie, but that's been my fault. But it has got its bugs, and I call those bugs out all the time as I'm flying. Let's just configure this now. Let's go and have a look at how Bristol looks at night. Bristol traffic, easy 520, clear the runway. For night time, considering I've got this on 4K and I've got this on Ultra, I'm quite impressed with the frames I'm getting. 35 to 45 on an i7 9700K and the RTX 270 Super with 16 gig of RAM. And this is running like a baby's backside, as soft as anything. So I'm loving this. This looks great at night. I just wonder if this can taxi to the gates. Gate 31, I bet that's behind me. Oh, I'm not going that way, just like that. I'm going here instead, I've changed my mind. Down that little slope as well, which Bristol Airport has got. Okay, let's just have a quick look and see if we've got any external power. We have. Let's shut down those engines. Okay. Beacon off. We'll leave the nav light on. Cool, so hopefully, seeing that landing, as I say, I get quite defensive over this mod. I'm not a developer for it, but I am a tester for it, and I do spend most of my time flying it around testing to find problems. And anybody that slates the A320neo on Facebook needs, because they can't land it, needs to learn how to fly it. It's nothing wrong with this, as you'll see off that landing. It was sweet as anything. Apart from that, I'm going to end the stream and go and have a good night's sleep. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't, and please like the video. because I've got no subscribers and no friends. So you'll be doing me a big favour. Cheers, guys.